but there's obviously all other designs that we can use. And we're going to say we only want to place it at the top, and we're actually going to align it to the left, and we're going to select the number of items per page as being default 8. Okay, so if we now rebuild our index page again, okay, you can see that now we've now got our pager in the style we selected, in the position we selected, and we've only got 8 products per page. Okay, and just looking at it, what I also want to do is I want to remove the caption of jewellery and not have any caption there. The data box for jewellery selected in the box editor. We want to select the table tab, and we'll just clear the caption. That will remove the tabletop caption there, and also back in the box editor, looking at the layout, I just want to change the border colour to FFF, which is white RGB, and the background colour to a lighter grey. And rebuild the index page. Okay, so that looks okay. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is create our add to cart item button. So with the jewelry data box selected, right click and select new item, and we're going to add a Google cart button for this. So in the type we select Google cart, and we'll call it Google BTN. And for Google cart we have to give it some information. We have to tell it which column is for price from the database, and that's our price column. We also have to give it which is the image column, and again only allows us for image types. And we need to create a unique identifier, which is a product code of some sort, that when we actually get the order from Google we know exactly which product has been bought. So we can do this by doing a mixed string and table fields. So we'll call it code, and we'll say that's a code type. In fact, before that we'll put category, and we'll select category type. In fact, I'll just type it in. Okay, so what this will now create a string which has got category, the actual category of the selected item, the code, and the code of the selected item, which is going to be a unique identifier. And we're also going to add an option to this for the necklaces. These are additional options that we can use. We can send to Google or also to PayPal cart. So we're going to create a new item. We're going to call it size. And we're actually going to just create it from a text list. Again, for details on the additional items box, you can view the tutorial video that's dedicated to it. And we're just going to give it a text list of sizes. Create the option and select OK. Okay, now with the data box jewelry data box node selected still, we'll go back to the box editor, and in our layout at the bottom where we add to cart, we can now select the new item we've created. Actually, if the new item created isn't visible in the list, that's because the list hasn't been rebuilt. So we can just simply, if we change box types and go back to data box and back to layout, the add cart button, there's our new Google button there. The list has been rebuilt. Okay, so we've now added our Google button. Now for our Google button to be displayed, we also need to add the Google cart plugin to our page. So we're actually going to put this in the header. So again, just selecting Google cart, we'll left click, hold, and just drop it into the header. Okay, so now if we rebuild the index page, we can now see we have our size options, we've got our add to cart button, and we've got our Google cart here, which at the moment is empty. So we'll select some items and we'll add to cart. And we can see the category, necklace, and code that we created a description is correct, the image is correct, prices are correct, and the option we've selected, 17 inches, is also correct. So we can add multiple items. and these all view in the cart. Okay, so the final thing we're going to do in this tutorial, in fact I'll just save the project first. The final thing we're going to do in this tutorial is actually we'll create a navigation bar so we can navigate between the index, bracelet and earrings pages. So on menus, selecting menu, right click, new menu, give it a menu name, we'll call it navigation, select OK, and then we now select our menu box navigation, and this brings up the menu editor. Okay, so now we're going to select our menu items. So if we select menu and right click, new navigation item, which then creates this node. If we select this node, we can change the actual navigation display text, and we'll send this to and we'll say which page we actually want this navigation item to link to, and this obviously is going to be the index page, which is our home page and also displays our necklace products. And if I just refresh, we can now see this is the view that we've got. I'm going to change the style, the template style. Yep, we should probably go for the continuing the pink style, and we'll now create two other menu options. So again, selecting menu, right clicking, create new navigation item, select the 8D design node, and we'll enter bracelets, and we'll point that towards our bracelet page. These are the pages in the project, and again we'll just select in menu, we'll right click and new navigation item, selecting the 8D design node, and we'll change this to earrings, and this obviously this navigation node will point to the earrings page. If we now refresh, okay, so this is how our navigation bar is going to look. And again, what we're going to do is with the navigation, with the menu box navigation selected, we're going to left click, hold and drag it into the menu node, and in fact we'll also drop that into the bracelet page, into the menu node, and also into the earrings page in the menu node. And if we now select refresh website, the difference between refresh website and individual pages is that this will refresh all the active pages or all the updated pages. So we'll select refresh website. If the page style doesn't seem to have taken effect, just click on the page and hold down Control and press F5. That just refreshes the browser. So we now have our necklace, bracelets and earrings nodes, and if we select bracelets, we go to the bracelet page that has no content. Earrings, same again, go to the earrings page that has no content, and back to the necklaces page. Okay, so that concludes part 2 of this tutorial. In part 3, we're going to look at putting content into the bracelet and earrings pages.